pizza cult at Clydeside Containers is coming very soon, and with the new location is going to come a new summer menu. So today I'm going to be testing out a few recipes. So a little sneak peek at the new summer menu. First thing I'm going to be testing out is a new gochujang chicken pizza, and the other thing is going to be a lemon tiramisu. Both hopefully going to be on the new menu, but I'm going to test out a recipe today. For the gochujang pizza, a good friend of mine who's a chef, he has given me a good Asian spice mix gochujang paste thing. So I'm going to go to the Asian supermarket today and get some of those ingredients to test out. So I'm going to bring you with me, go and get the stuff, and yeah, I'll see you there. I ended up having to go to 4 different Asian supermarkets to get everything I was after, which was a little bit annoying, but it was a nice day, so I didn't mind too much. The first one I tried, I had been to before a few years ago, but I had no idea that it's since closed down. As you can see here, there's absolutely nothing in there. There was another Asian supermarket just over the road. It had some cool stuff in it, but mostly it was kind of the wrong type of Asian. I think as far as I could tell, it was Indian stuff and a few South American bits. So good to know it's there, but not what I was after today. Now there's another one I've tried in town as well called iMart, so I was heading towards that, but on the way I walked past this one. I'm not going to try and pronounce it on here, but again, they had some really cool stuff. I think this place leans more Japanese than Korean. Lots of stuff branded with Pokemon, which is always fun. And I picked myself up some Japanese mayo, which I really love. It's a little bit pricey, but worth it, I think, as a treat. But inexplicably, this place didn't have any gochujang at all, which is the kind of the main thing I'm looking for. So I marched on forward to the iMart. Now this place is the real deal. It's on Hope Street if you ever want to go. I've been here before, so I knew they would definitely have everything I needed. First thing first was obviously the gochujang. They had 2 options. The first one I've tried before and it is great, but this time I went for the one that didn't have any English on it at all, which likely means it's imported and hopefully a little bit more legit. A bit more expensive, but not a huge amount in it really. And this place, as expected, had everything else I was after. The oyster sauce, this really exotic stuff that's hard to come by. You probably haven't heard of it. It's called soy sauce. And finally, some mirin, which is a bit like a sweet rice wine vinegar. Really nice stuff. So all this walking around in town in the sun had got me a little bit parched, so I thought I'd try and find somewhere nearby for a quick drink. Luckily, I know a place. So this is just going to be a flying visit. I'm trying to cut down on the beer at the moment as well, so I just treated myself to a nice little bottle of water. And then it's just a case of making the marinade and leaving these puppies overnight. I don't love volumetric measurements, but as this is just a small batch, I'll make an exception. So we got 4 tablespoons of gochujang, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of honey, 2 tablespoons of mirin, 2.5 tablespoons of oyster sauce, 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, and 1 teaspoon of minced ginger. And then give that a mix so all the ingredients become one, and then get your chicken in there to start the marinading. Look who decided to come and say hello just coincidentally as soon as I opened the chicken. And then the secret ingredient that I almost forgot is MSG. And I had some of this at home already. So get that covered and put it into the fridge. You can go as little as 2 hours, but ideally you want overnight or even 24 hours. I went one further and left them for 2 days, but after 1 day it is a case of diminishing returns. The marinade can really only penetrate the chicken so much.
2 days later.
You can cook these however you normally would with the chicken, but I'm lucky enough to have access to a Gosney dome, which I thought would be perfect to get a nice bit of charring on the outside, thanks to the extreme heat and the open flame. I can't remember exactly how hot I had the oven or for how long I cooked these, but the important thing is that the final temp was over 82 degrees. That's the good thing about cooking with chicken thighs rather than breasts. Not only do they taste way better, but as it's darker meat, you can't really overcook them. But take a look at how delicious and juicy these look now. And so the final product is here. It was a gochujang chicken thighs, a bit of yuzu mayo that I made, which is kind of like a citrus mayo. Cuts through the spiciness of the gochujang perfectly. And then finish with some spring onions, sesame seeds, and a bit of Piggy's hot honey. I was in 2 minds whether or not to use tomato base for this, as it's not massively traditional with gochujang, but I had it on special last weekend, and the feedback I got was absolutely that it works. So the summer menu is still a month or so out, but this pizza will be on special again this weekend for the Barrows Hong Kong market, as well as some other exciting pizzas I'm testing out, such as spiked pepperoni and an Italian sausage with pancetta bacon white base pizza. Thank you very much if you made it all the way to the end of this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you this weekend. Ciao.